Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you're tuning in, you probably already know that the world of cryptocurrency moves at lightning speed. And unfortunately, so do the bad actors operating within it. The moment you realize your digital assets might have just vanished, it's incredibly easy to feel completely powerless. But today, we're going to flip that script. We're shifting the narrative away from victimhood and straight into forensic discovery, giving you the exact roadmap professionals use to track down the truth on the blockchain. It's a totally gut-wrenching question, right? Think you've been scammed in crypto? The immediate aftermath of a digital heist is just absolute, overwhelming panic. But taking a breath right then is absolutely crucial, because those first 48 hours after a suspected scam, that's your golden window. According to the experts we're looking at today, getting a step-by-step checklist and securing your evidence during this initial timeframe can literally make all the difference in the world. So let's just dive right into our roadmap for today. We're going to cover when crypto fraud strikes, the Go Crypto process, the power of email OSINT, the investigator's toolkit, and finally, some crucial safety rules.
Okay, Section 1. When crypto fraud strikes. Navigating the chaotic aftermath of a scam.
When fraud hits, you really need a calm, structured solution. Enter Go Crypto, which is a 501c3 nonprofit educational initiative. To truly grasp their real-world impact, just look at this number, 60. In 2025 alone, they stepped in and served 60 crypto fraud victims, pulling them out of the dark with clear, analytical reporting to help them actually understand the blockchain transaction activity related to their stolen funds. Now, what's really interesting here is the number 49. Go Crypto explicitly states they are teachers first, bringing 49 years of combined teaching and investigative experience to the table. This isn't just an algorithm, it's a highly dedicated team. You've got Raimundo, a senior certified cryptocurrency investigator, alongside Renee and Jeanette, who are also certified investigators, all backed by the disciplined perspective of a U.S. Army veteran. They understand exactly what victims, families, and law enforcement are going through on a very human level. Moving on to Section 2, the Go Crypto process. This is their systematic approach to blockchain documentation. So how do you deal with the shock of asset theft? You transition from that initial panic to a very strict methodological framework that relies entirely on public blockchain data. And it happens in 6 clear steps. First, an initial educational consultation, where the victim shares wallet addresses and transaction info. Second, the team conducts a blockchain transaction review, identifying pathways using public data. Third, they offer educational guidance on exactly how to report the suspected fraud. Fourth, they create structured blockchain documentation, basically organizing these complex pathways into clear summaries for attorneys or law enforcement. Fifth, they maintain ongoing communication in plain, understandable terms. And finally, step 6, continued fraud awareness and education to help prevent future incidents. All right, Section 3, the power of email OSINT, finding hidden clues in your inbox. So we're zooming out from the massive macro movements of the blockchain and zooming way in on the micro evidence sitting right under your nose. OSINT. It stands for Open Source Intelligence. It's simply the process of gathering publicly available information to connect the digital dots. You'd be shocked at how often sophisticated scammers use their own personal, easily traceable email addresses to register fake domains. Now, OSINT doesn't replace actual law enforcement. It just organizes the facts, like linking fake support messages or phishing attempts, to support much clearer, far more actionable reporting. Now, when you're preserving this evidence, there is a massive difference between original email messages and screen captures. You might think snapping a quick screenshot on your phone is enough, right? I mean, it's helpful, sure, but it only shows surface-level visual info. Whenever possible, you absolutely must save the original email. Why? Because the original message preserves the full email headers and deep technical details that investigators actually need to trace the origin of the message. These original emails, they're packed with specific digital breadcrumbs. We're talking about sender addresses, underlying email headers, domain names, timestamps, and malicious links. Even the recovery emails and fake support contacts left behind can be incredibly vital. These clues can actively expose fake investment platforms, pinpoint phishing attempts, and reveal communication patterns where fraudsters try to pressure victims into sending even more funds in secondary recovery scams. Next up, Section 4, the investigator's toolkit. We're verifying the evidence like a pro. So how do you actually verify all this evidence safely? Well, first off, Have I Been Pwned is just brilliant for checking if an email has appeared in known data breaches or public paste records, which really helps explain how a victim was targeted in the first place. Next, Email Checker helps determine if an email address even exists by checking its format, domain, and extracting MX records. It even connects over SMTP to verify the mailbox. And finally, Email Hippo evaluates risk signals, figuring out if that suspicious support email is actually just a fake, disposable address that's likely to bounce. But listen, there is a ticking clock on all of this. As GoCrypto warns, email messages often contain important clues that disappear or become harder to verify over time. Scammers are notoriously quick to delete their fake websites, scrub their hosting clues, and just abandon their disposable email accounts. You really have to use these tools to build a timeline of what happened before that digital footprint vanishes into thin air.
Which brings us to Section 5, Crucial Safety Rules. Investigating without adding risk.
Okay, I need you to listen very closely here, because investigating your own case comes with immense danger. OSINT is meant strictly for safely organizing evidence. It is never for confronting the scammer, and it is certainly not for jeopardizing your remaining assets. Never click suspicious links inside these emails, and absolutely never provide your seed phrases, private keys, or passwords to anyone, ever.
You must maintain strict OSINT boundaries. Do not download unknown attachments that could compromise your machine. Do not reply to the scammers or try to outsmart them. Under no circumstances should you send additional money or bogus fees to unlock your funds. That is a classic secondary recovery scam. And again, for sure, never provide your passwords, private keys, or share your two-factor authentication codes. Your goal is to be a silent observer, safely preserving evidence for the professionals. We've covered a lot today. The panic, the process, the toolkit, and the boundaries. The blockchain might be complex, but it's also highly transparent if you know where to look. And your inbox is very often the key that unlocks the whole door. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Your digital footprint is permanent, and so is the scammers. What clues will your next email reveal? Stay vigilant, stay curious, and keep learning. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.